quite nice. And this is a great rotation. Now I remember when I opened Rob's email, I remember now, you will see why it's so particular and so different from all the rotation we had in this series. Hey everyone, and welcome back on the channel. Today we are doing episode 6 of the shoe rotation series, where I'm reacting to your shoe rotations. This has been quite a popular series, I think, and you know, I liked the idea at the beginning, that's why I launched it, and we have still some episodes that may arrive depending on whether people send their pictures. If you haven't received my email, it's most likely because it went into your spam or trash boxes in your email mailbox. Go check it there. I have sent all the emails to people who filled out the form. So if you haven't received my email, it's most likely because it went into some spam box. Today we have 5 rotations and we are going to begin right now with Matthew. Matthew from Portland in the USA, but not Oregon, Maine, so Portland, Maine. So yeah, Matthew's first shoe is the Under Armour Velocity Flow Wind, blue colorway. It's a shoe that is apparently way better than Under Armour's reputation in running shoes. And you know, I heard some very good things, so maybe not this version, but if there's a second iteration, I'm gonna try and get my hands on it. Matthew uses it for tempo runs and daily training. It has a nice ground contact feel, and the lockdown is amazing with that upper. It looks you know, plush, comfortable, and indeed those sort of red lines I think also play a role for the lockdown. Maybe you can confirm, Matthew, but quite nice. And the outsole, well, the part of the midsole that acts as the outsole has that golf ball shape, quite funny. Second shoe for Matthew is the Nike ZoomX Invincible 2021, 99 miles on it, yellow flashy colorway, I like it. Recovery run, and Matthew says it's very bouncy, but hard to pick up a decent pace and maintain it. But worth every penny, Matthew says. Matthew, I cannot agree more with the description you made of this shoe. Yeah, there's definitely the bounciness, and it's an interesting shoe, fun shoe, which I still like sometimes, but hard to pick up the pace and maintain it. I do agree. Third shoe submitted by Matthew is the Hoka Clifton 8 from 2021. Dark blue, royal blue type of colorway, 48 miles on it, sorry, daily trainer, very comfortable, but very little energy return, which is good for a daily trainer, I think. Kind of boring, but it makes my fast shoes seem even faster, and I like that approach. All the shoes cannot be very bouncy, very fast, very lightweight. You also need to have a balance in your rotation, and Matthew has it, I think, here nailed down quite well. Fourth shoe, and this is a fast one, New Balance Fuel Cell RC Elite V2, purple colorway, 7 miles on it. Saving these, says Matthew, for my marathon race in October. Which one are you racing, Matthew? Let us know in the comments. I use plated shoes only on race day, and Matthew says he loves the soft fuel cell foam. I enjoy using plated shoes for training as well, and I do recommend running a bit more than 0 miles before the race in a racing shoe, simply because your stride, your gait cycle, your form may be a bit different, and you need to adapt to those shoes, to those plated shoes, and the one you're using on race day in particular. Now, before, you know, back in the days, even 3-4 years back from now, I was doing the same, meaning I was using, before plated shoes, race day shoes only on race day, and when I got my first pair of plated shoes, I was using it only on race day. So, you know, I went through that, thought process as well, and I decided to move on and use my plated shoes also for training. But I do understand both approaches, and there's nothing right or wrong. I may just recommend to Matthew to try and implement a bit more, maybe not, you know, once a week, but once a month, or once in each hard section of a training block, the plated shoe, even if that's for 5-10 miles, but just to get used to it. Other than that, I really like the rotation Matthew submitted, very well balanced, and yeah, a very, very good one. Then we have Jude from Australia, and Jude submitted 5 shoes. Let me open them here. First shoe submitted by Jude is a New Balance 880 V10, which is not in the pictures I have, so maybe I need to dig into Jude's email and find it, but I don't have it here, Jude. Maybe that's my fault, I don't know. Easy recovery runs and long runs, that's great. Oh, I know, I think Jude changed his first shoe for another one. Let's see. Second shoe submitted by Jude is the Nike ZoomX Invincible Flyknit. Original colorway, easy recovery runs and long runs, perfect. Third shoe submitted by Jude is the Saucony Endorphin Speed, which Jude uses for threshold and interval speed runs. That's also a very logical, makes sense to me. Then we have the New Balance Fuel Cell TC, and I'm very interested in this shoe myself. Not necessarily to review it, although if you would like me to review it, I could, but just to try it. Faster long runs and longer tempo runs for Jude in the Fuel Cell TC. And then we have the Nike Vaporfly Next Percent in that Volt Grey colorway, races and key workouts for Jude. And I think the fifth shoe, the one that Jude exchanged against the New Balance 880 V10, is that on-running Cloud Stratus V2, if I'm not mistaken. I think based on the picture, it's the Cloud Stratus V2. If it is, I reviewed the shoe. You can go check it here, upper right-hand corner. This is a great segue, Jude. Thanks for bringing this shoe up. And this was not planned, so thank you for that, Jude. Very nice rotation, 2 plated shoes with 1 New Balance, quite soft, the Next Percent, and then Invincible, Saucony Endorphin Speed, so actually 3 plated shoes. And the Cloud Stratus makes sense, and firmer shoes, softer shoes, plated, non-plated, higher stacks, and maybe something with a lower stack could fit in the rotation quite nicely, but maybe Jude has it actually. So, very, very nice balanced rotation again, but you all have fantastically well built rotation, so I don't have much to add to that. Third rotation was submitted by Anton. Anton submitted 5 shoes, and the first one is Hoka Bondi 7, which I think is the first one we have on the series. Oh no, maybe Matt Femu Fast in the second video or first video submitted it. I don't remember now, but I think we may have had the Bondi already. Hoka Bondi 7, 500 kilometers, unpaced, slow and or long runs, dry trails and recovery for Anton. And here I have it, all black, and it looks nice. It looks like the CTM Race Rebel that we are going to review soon on the channel. All black, very simple, and I actually quite like seeing a bit of mud and dust on it. It gives it like that, very nice style, and the runner's knot, of course. Second shoe, Nike Invincible, black and white here, and Anton uses it for paced long runs, usually 10 to 15 kilometers. Third one, ASICS Novablast Tokyo colorway, and is that a Tokyo colorway? Wow, I didn't know that. Thresholds and tempo intervals. So quite interesting. Anton uses it for some higher paces. I wouldn't do that myself, but this is interesting, and maybe it's a good idea for me to try my Novablast at higher paces as well. Fourth shoe, New Balance Rebel V2 2021, 50Ks on it, original colorway, faster intervals, 400 meters to 1 kilometer, and faster short runs. Here is the same. I wouldn't use it like this myself, but I'm very happy to hear that there are different ways of using a shoe, and maybe I should just try also to go and do an interval session in my Rebel V2. Fifth shoe, Saucony Endorphin Speed V1 2020, 10 kilometers. And Anton says it was supposed to be a race shoe without having to buy a super shoe, but Anton didn't race since he bought the Endorphin Speed V1. And sorry, I didn't mention, but Anton is from France. Fourth rotation, and so yeah, Anton's rotation is nice. Maybe a super shoe could be interesting, but if you don't want to have one, that's perfectly fine. You don't need one, of course. Yeah, no, it's a nice rotation. All the shoes I think are fairly soft in terms of cushion, so maybe something a bit firmer could be interesting to trigger and trigger the joints and the muscles a bit differently. But there's no obligation to have something firm in your rotation, of course. Fourth one submitted by Rob, and Rob submitted holy moly, lots of pictures here. Rob from the USA. Rob submitted 5 shoes. First one is the Skechers Forza 4 Hyper, and he has 2 pairs. Also, yeah, okay, that's the reason why I have more pictures. Daily training, slow, easy, moderate runs. Quite nice. And this is a great rotation. Now I remember when I opened Rob's email, I remember now, you will see why it's so particular and so different from all the rotation we had in this series. Second shoe, Skechers Max Road 5. You know how much I love this shoe. 50 miles on it, and Rob uses it for long runs, recovery runs, easy runs, and Rob has a colorway that I haven't seen so far. So white midsole, and then the upper is black with those yellow, flashy yellows, overlays. Quite nice. Third shoe, Skechers GoRun Ride 9, 8 miles. It's brand new, says Rob. I think you already understood why this rotation is special. And Rob uses his GoRun Ride 9 for daily training. He put lots of miles on the GoRun Ride 7, and so he picked these and they're a complete redesign, so this is quite interesting. I think this is the one. I'm not super familiar with all Skechers and models, but I think this is the black and white one. Classic colorway. Then we have the Skechers Razor XS in that blue lime colorway, 50 miles, and Rob uses it for tempo long runs, faster paced long runs, some workouts, and even some daily training. I wasn't a huge fan of the Razor XS, but it's a good shoe. The rocker just wasn't quite working for me. Then we have the Skechers Razor 3 in that red, yellow, gold colorway, good looking, and Rob uses it for racing before moving to the Speed 6 and now the Speed Elite. I'm gonna put the Speed Elite also on the screen, and also the SpeedFreek. It's an all Skechers rotation, you understood that, and I love it. I must say this is quite rare. I think we had Anba, if I remember well, with the old Puma rotation in the second or third video. Hi Anba, I hope you're doing great. And now we have Rob with an all Skechers rotation. And it kind of makes sense. If you like the geometry, the lasts, and the midsoles of one brand, then why not sticking with it? And I think Skechers has a very comprehensive offering of shoes. Maybe they're lacking that fantastically, efficient racer, although the SpeedFreek is fine, but something for longer distances. Maybe that's what they're lacking at the moment, but other than that, they have a great offering of shoes, and I think Rob is showing that you can use one brand, have each and every model of the brand if need be, and be very fine with that. Thank you so much, Rob, for submitting this one. It was a special one, and I must say I really enjoyed it. Last but not least, we have James Bond, and I'm not sure if this is your real name or just a YouTube handle. Maybe it's a real name, and there's no reason it couldn't be your real name. You're from Scandinavia, And first shoe James Bond submitted is the ASICS Glide Ride Original 2020 and 330 kilometers on it, and James Bond uses it for long runs. New Balance More V3 2021, 57 kilometers on it, and James Bond uses it for easy recovery and easy long runs, and he's loving it, he says. Then we have the Rebel V2 that James Bond uses for daily training and sometimes tempo runs, and he's picking it up all the time. I can imagine it's at the center of that picture. James Bond loves the Rebel V2, 2021, 210 kilometers on it. Then we have the Brooks Hyperion Tempo, 2020, 250 kilometers on it. I loved the Hyperion Tempo in 2020. Tempo and up-tempo intervals, uphill runs, the fast training favorite. I loved also doing some fast training in the Hyperion Tempo, I must confess. And yeah, I think the main drawback for me on that shoe was the outsole grip, which was pretty bad. At least for me. I had some really bad slippage with that outsole on wet pavement last year. I can remember very well the exact place, location of that happening, and it wasn't very pleasant. New Balance RC Elite V2 and James Bond, sorry, I was gonna say Rob. No, James Bond uses it for long runs, half marathon tempo runs, and race day shoe for James Bond's half marathon this year. James Bond, which half marathon are you gonna race? Let us know in the comments. And yeah, this is a very nice rotation. You know, high stack with the More V3, soft glide ride with that nice rocker, Rebel V2, you know, 2021 favorite for many people. Hyperion Tempo, a bit firmer and quite responsive, and then a plated shoe for racing. Very comprehensive, very balanced rotation. I really enjoy it. That's it, guys. This was episode 6 of the shoe rotation series. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Fascinating rotations, I must say. Some very well built, very well balanced. The one brand rotation that we discovered together. So thank you to the 5 of you who submitted their shoes. I hope you enjoyed seeing them in the series. And don't forget to go check your spam mailbox if my email may be there. And to send me the pictures if you want to be featured in the upcoming episodes. This may be the last one for this period, 2021, and maybe we'll have more episodes in 2022. That depends on whether people send me pictures following my email. But yeah, we'll see. In any event, enjoy your run today, enjoy your ride. If you're headed on the bike, go beyond your limits, and take care, guys. Bye-bye.